The Caledonia Warriors fell for the first time in the season last week, falling 20-13 to Chatfield. Head coach Carl Fruechte joining us. And coach, after breaking down that game on film, what were your takeaways?
Well, pretty much what I thought during the game. I thought our kids played extremely hard. I thought it was two very, very good football teams. Chatfield forced us into some errors that, I'm hoping that we learn from, and we as a staff, we as players, we all figure out what we need to do better. But besides losing the game, Darren, I thought it was a great high school game, and I couldn't be prouder. Our seniors are really stepping up, just doing some really mature adult things that make me very proud. So, but again, never happy getting beat, but felt like we did get better.
And I know it's one of those things, especially from us folks in the media on the outside looking in, we always focus on what you didn't do. Are you maybe saying a little bit between the lines? It was more of what Chatfield was able to do than what you didn't do?
Yeah, I mean, again, you got to give, yeah, you always got to give your opponent credit that they deserve, right? And
Mhm.
I don't like how our society blames. We're just not going to do that at Caledonia. So Chetfield did a great job. I thought our kids worked extremely hard. We expect them to do certain things. I hope that we do them much better against Cannon Falls. But yeah, it was just a great high school game. I take that back. It was a good high school game. If it was great, we would have won. So there you
And you look at the fact that you got down 20-0. That's something you never want to do, but you were still pushing and made it a one-score game in that fourth quarter and made the Gophers earn the victory down the stretch. What did that say about your team?
Well, it's said a lot. I mean, to me, character, I mean, you've heard me say this before, Darren. What are we going to do? I always tell our team, what are we going to do when we're down 21-0? So, are we going to fold or are we going to reveal our true character? I thought we showed a lot of character. I got to take a bullet, right, as the head coach, looking, at things that have there. Maybe we should have been a little more conservative. We should have punted the ball. Maybe we shouldn't have, done a few things, and that falls on me. And that was my call. And they scored right before half, and that falls on me, Darren. I got to do a better job and you know think a little bit better about it, and yeah, just do a better job. To be quite frank.
And in the early days of practice this week, and with guys coming in over the weekend, how do you think, at least here in the early stages of the week, how do you think those lessons that you need to learn from Friday night to get better, how do you think your team is accepting those right now?
Yeah, like I said, we got a real mature team, Darren. Our leaders are accepting it. We're game planning together. I think they're doing a great job. If I can share a couple stories, Darren, that I
Oh, yeah.
think our society needs to hear. We had a young man, a senior, that you know, um, thanked everybody on the bus, shook their hands, wasn't prompted by any coach, shook everybody's hand, all the underclassmen, and thanked them for their energy and their fire on the Friday night, and that they could feel it and they could hear them, and just really thanked them. And the coach that told me said nobody prompted him to do that, and that's after a loss, Darren. So I consider that a highlight of my coaching career. When you can get young men that are that mature to do those type of things after a loss, that is amazing. So we're stepping in the right direction, and they're working hard to include the underclassmen, and those are the things that I wish the society would know, that a lot of the coaches, not just at Caledonia, you know, we're all trying to get that from our young men, and just really happy and proud of that.
And when the season continues this week, you got Cannon Falls coming to town. First, a part of a two-game homestand for you guys. What are you expecting out of Cannon Falls come Friday night?
Just pound, 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 try to catch us on some play action. Again, coach, is doing a great job up there. Jeff and I talked about it before the Chatfield, when we played Chatfield. You look at our two-way football, Darren, and it's just awesome. If you're a competitor, you got to love what's happening in southeastern Minnesota, and Cannon Falls obviously falls into that category. Great football team. They run that T. They do a very good job. They're big. They're physical. We're gonna, I mean, it's a DOS statement, right? But we got to be ready and we got to be disciplined and take care of our gaps. And offensively, we got to find a way to pick up their stunts and their blitzes. They like to stunt and blitz a lot. And, again, they got very good athletes. And yeah, going to be a hard game. And again, it's all about getting better for the tournament. And that's what makes us excited.
And based on what you're saying, I think you can say that in a lot of football, any class in Section 1, a lot of sports in
Yeah.
Section 1. It's really the iron sharpens iron mentality with all of your teams. You agree?
I totally agree, again, I'm very proud of that. I think Caledonia's had a little bit of a, I think we've helped in that regard, and I would like to think, in a humble way, that we've motivated other schools to let's get better. And again, that's we love it. Till the day I get out of coaching, Darren, I will always say competition is just the best thing ever, and not just in football, but in everything and in life. And we got to teach young men how to handle competition, right? So hate to lose, but don't hate the opponent. And it's always a battle, right? That's just what we have to do. And yeah, very proud of Southeastern Minnesota.
And I'm guessing you're going to be that way after your coaching. You're going to love competing after your coaching too, though,
Yeah,
Coach.
yeah. I hope to coach for a long time, but it's funny, Darren. People will ask me about my grandsons, and now I got a granddaughter, and I always tell them I just want them to compete and be
Mhm.
great teammates. And yes, I want them to be fast and physical, but above all, I want them to compete and be a great teammate.
All right, Coach. Great words from you this week, as usual. Hopefully, you guys can get back on the winning track this week. Keep your kids healthy. We wish best of luck.
Thank you, Darren. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for all you do.
Caledonia coach Carl Fruechte. It's Caledonia and Cannon Falls this Friday night.